What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. And right now I'd like to give you guys my review of Episode 9 of the third season of Star Trek Discovery. And just to be honest, let's get my pretty face out of the way here. Just to be honest, though, I feel like this was the worst episode of the season so far. Now, it is a two-parter, and this one really, I hope it pays off on the back end, because it really felt like they was doing a lot of setup in this episode, with especially with Georgiou's health and how they can try to save her life, and using the mirror universe to set that up. Now, I've got no problem with mirror universe episodes. I think that several mirror universe episodes have been quite good. But this one, it just felt like they were treading territory that was ultra familiar, territory that we've already tread with Georgiou, and it just wasn't that interesting to begin with, especially where Michael Burnham is concerned. And Michael Burnham is becoming more and more of an uninteresting character to me. I've said it before. My favorite character in this show is Saru, and he's the one that's becoming more and more interesting, while Michael Burnham is just becoming less interesting. But yeah, here's Georgiou and her Emperor regalia, and like I said, this was mostly a mirror universe episode that was told in a flashback. When Georgiou and Burnham beamed down to the planet, they saw the Hat Guy, and then they transitioned to a flashback, and yeah, most of the episode was a disinteresting, familiar, rote mirror universe flashback. And am I the only one who thinks? Let's pause this real fast. Am I the only one who thinks that Nazi symbolism is getting lazy? We get it. Nazis are bad guys. They're horrible people. I'm a history teacher. Nazis are the scum of the earth. They are the black mark on world history. Can't get much worse than Nazism. But I don't know. I feel like the Nazi symbolism is becoming so overused that it's becoming lazy storytelling. In this, Georgiou, when she comes in, all of her Starfleet followers, they give the Nazi salute. Like, what? I just don't get it. I mean, I get it. I get what you're trying to do. I get the whole... I don't even know if I did that right. I know what you're trying to do. I just... Isn't there a more creative way to describe how evil that they are, and how fascist that they are, and how just nasty that they are as people? Like I said, I'm not defending Nazism by any degree. It's actually the opposite of that. I'm saying that it's disgusting, and I really don't want to see it, and it's a little lazy. It's a little lazy because everybody uses that imagery. That's just my 2 cents on it. I don't know. You probably disagree with me, but it's my 2 cents. Yeah, Saru, he continues to be the most likable and the most relatable character in Star Trek Discovery. I just find him to be very, very interesting. Even the look on his face. Doug Jones does such a good job with the character. Even the look on his face when he saw people from his race reaching out to Starfleet. I thought that was great. Book is also one of the most interesting characters this season. Unfortunately, he continues to be very underused. My light just went out. I'm having issues with it today. He continues to be very underused, and that's unfortunate. He's there as a love interest for Michael Burnham, but other than the episode where they went to rescue him, and other than the first episode, I've just found him to be very underused this season, and that's unfortunate because he is such an interesting character. And to have a influential, interesting, charismatic, black character in Star Trek, I feel like they should be, who's not a Klingon, I feel like they should be using him more, and making him more interesting than they are. And, or let's scratch that. He is interesting, but using his character in more interesting ways in the storyline than continuously sidelining him to be Michael Burnham's, you know, nothing more than a love interest. I would really like to see that character expand. And like I said, Michael Burnham just continues to be a character that I'm just not that interested in. The longer she's around, the more dramatic she gets. The more I'm just like, I want to see more from other people in on Discovery. There's more people on Discovery, and frankly, there's more interesting people on Discovery. Here's the hat guy. I told you a little about him. I'm not going to get into too heavy spoilers here, you know, the encounter with him leads to the flashback that takes up what seems like the entirety of the episode. So yeah, this to me was the weakest episode of Star Trek Discovery season 3, and you know that's okay. You know they it's been such a strong season that they were bound to drop the ball on one of them, and this one, frankly, I just feel like they kind of dropped the ball on it. But it's not to say that part 2 can't come back and have a great 2 episode arc here, and really tell a really cool story here, because this did feel like they were definitely front loading story. It's doing a lot of setup to where there could be some payoff in part 2 of the story. So I really hope that's the case. I'll be talking about that next week, obviously. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this episode of Star Trek Discovery. What were your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you for joining me right here at the OQ Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.